This is Jane Goodall. How impossible it is to select just 3 questions about the way we want to move forward after the COVID-19 pandemic is over. There are so many questions, but we all know the kind of world that we need to build. We need to rebuild the way we interact with the environment and with each other. We know that we need a new green economy. We know that business as usual is going to destroy the planet. But how do we get to this new world where we respect the environment, animals, and each other? Well, all around the world, there are business and political leaders who are desperate to get back to business as usual, to restart the economy. And we know that if we continue with business as usual, if we don't find a new way of existing on this planet, then this spells doom for life as we know it, and that includes our own, because we are part of the natural world. We rely on it for food, for water, for everything. So we have to find a way. That's the question. How do we do that? And this leads to a second question, and that is the question of poverty. We all know that each one of us matters in this world, and we know that for some of us anyway, making ethical choices in how we live our lives. What do we buy? Did it harm the environment? Was it cruel to animals? Is it cheap because of child slave labor? And if everybody makes ethical choices each day, it will definitely lead to a better world. But if you're living in real poverty, you haven't the luxury of making those kind of choices. You are living in a city, you have to buy the cheapest junk food. You can't afford to ask ethical questions. If you're living in a rural area, living in Africa, India, somewhere like that, in poverty, then you're going to cut down the last trees in your desperation to find new land to try and grow some more food to feed your family. Or you're going to fish the last fish in your desperation. And so addressing poverty, alleviating poverty, how do we do that? That is another really important question. And the third one, leading on to that, out of the many I could choose, I choose one that most people don't want to talk about, and that is the question of human population growth. Right now there are 7.2 billion of us on the planet, approximately, and already in some places we're using up finite natural resources faster than Mother Nature can replenish them. So in 2050, it's predicted there will be 9.7 billion of us. And then there's our livestock too. Millions and millions of livestock, numbers growing all the time. How will the planet cope? And I like to talk about voluntary population optimization, VOP. And of course it all ties in with education, with understanding, and with everybody having a way of making a living where they have enough, but not grossly too much. So these are important questions to discuss, questions all of which have to be answered somehow. So there they are, my questions.